Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. Got a video today from the Financial Coffee Channel. Many women are living in their cars because rent is too high. Van life epidemic. Thought you were strong and independent, ladies. Please explore them below. I really appreciate that. Let's get the chow. Chow time. It's just so weird that people like document every waking moment or every sleeping moment of their lives. I literally just saw a woman that streams her sleeping, and she makes a ridiculous amount a day, over like thousands of dollars a day, just because she's streaming herself sleeping. What the hell's going on, people? Why are people paying for all this stuff? It's funny, these people live like the van life, and they want to live minimal. They don't want to be consumers, but they still have phones and cameras and filming themselves, posting on social media. How far how far are you from civilization exactly if you're actually still posting all the time? And again, it's always the poor people with animals. The broke people have animals.
Hey guys, this is me, day 437, living in the car with my dog. At this point, I'm thinking nothing's ever gonna get better. How am I gonna get out of this situation? Millie was the only thing that kept me going for a long time, but
Yeah, a lot of people, even in this situation, they get dogs because of emotional support. You know what's more emotionally supporting? Money in your bank account.
It wasn't until I started making videos like this and connecting with you guys that I was finally able to not only get an apartment for me and Millie, but I was able to get a P.O. box so you guys can send us anything that you want, including mail or art, or even if you want to tell me your story, I would love to share everything you send us on here.
One day until I'm homeless with my service dog, and this is how I turned my SUV into my home for under $300. All right, starting out with my bed build. My neighbor helped me build this. I know nothing about building. I just stood there and talked his head off.
Let me show you how to spend only $300, but I had men do a lot of the work for me and didn't charge me anything. So good luck with that, ladies.
Off and handed him tools. We got everything from Lowe's, the plywood, the 2x4s. We wanted to make sure my bed was able to be removed just in case I ever needed to get to my spare tire. Then we used treadmill rubber to put on the top of it that he...
Looks like the man is a carpenter / engineer that built you everything. Like, come on, ladies.
Just had in his garage. Then I got a 4-inch foam mattress for around $100 and put my bedding on it. So there's my comforter and sheets. And I threw this pillow in there for aesthetics, but it doesn't match at all. But it's fine, because who really cares? And then there's me in the car. It's extremely comfortable. It is a little difficult for me to get in and out because I'm 5'9.5" and an Amazon woman, and then my service dog's bed area is in the front.
They all have dogs.
Look here, man. I know I'm about to sound like a far-right MAGA Trump supporter, okay? But this country is the greatest country in the world. Let me say it one more time. This country is the greatest country in the world. And don't...
You know, us immigrants, people like, you know, him and me, I agree. I agree with the statement, because the countries I came from and the positions that we were in, I would be nowhere close to where I am now in those countries. I'd probably be dead in a ditch somewhere. So yes, in a lot of immigrants' minds that fought very hard to come here, this is the best country.
Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. I'm a U.S. citizen. And as you can tell by my accent, I'm a naturalized U.S. citizen.
Same.
Which means I wasn't born in this country. And throughout my time in this great country, I have been illegal immigrant, almost to the point of being deported. I have been homeless, and I have been poor. And all three situations happened at the same time, unfortunately for me. Now, I know that some of you watching me right now might have been poor and homeless at the same time. I understand that, but I don't think that there are many of you who have been illegal migrant, poor and homeless at the same time, like I was at one point. And after having overcome all these three situations, it's sometimes very hard for me to have empathy for women that are struggling. And that's why I try very hard not to sound as if I was bashing these women for living in the car, even though I love bashing women. So I wanted to go easy on these women today, simply because we all go through some kind of struggle at one point or another. I don't know why they decide to live in the cars. Some of these women decide to do it because they want to be on the road all the time. On the other hand, others could not simply afford the place to live. So I didn't want to judge them because at one point of my life, I was homeless as well.
I live in a van about 9 months a year, and I live and work in an urban area. This is how I avoid the dreaded knock. The first thing is I keep a very nondescript van. I don't have a lot of stickers on it that show that I travel. I don't have solar panels and gear up on top. It just looks like a soccer mom van. The next thing I do is I cook and I hang out in a completely different spot than where I plan to sleep. If I'm going to be cooking outside, I'll go to a picnic table or someplace where it's not unusual to see people cooking outside. If I'm going to open up the back of my van and cook out of the back of my van, I back in someplace so that people aren't walking around my van, looking at me cooking, looking inside the van. I make sure that it's not obvious what I'm doing. Then when I start making a decision about where I'm going to park for my sleeping time, I will not park in a place that says there's a curfew, no overnight parking, anything like that. I don't like the risk. I choose public lots and places where I know nobody's going to bother me. Finally, once I'm where I'm going to be for the night, I make sure it's not obvious that I'm settling in. I don't run my engine a lot. I don't have a lot of lights on. You can't see lights from the outside. I use headband headphones if I'm laying in bed listening to anything. I make sure the dog knows not to bark. I just try to be low visibility.
I mean, telling the dog not to bark doesn't really mean he knows, but I guess. I don't take it as like there's not men doing this too. There's plenty of men doing this van life too. Again, we always make fun of the women just because they're always the ones that said they were strong and independent, that they don't need no man, that they can do it all. They're better than us. They can own their own homes and all these things. But yet they're struggling like this, and makes us question, are you really strong and independent?
Well, that was very informative. Now let's watch another video.
Come tour my living SUV and everything I need to make this possible for me. This is my mini refrigerator that I technically have not tested out, but we'll test that out soon and I'll update y'all. I keep a first aid kit for any accidents when I decide to go camping, hiking, whatever. This is my hot plate so I can cook while I'm on the road. We're doing Taco Tuesday next week on live, so make sure you hit that follow button. This is where I keep all my...
I love how she uses the tennis ball to keep it in place. That's something I would do.
My clothes. This is where I like mainly need the clothes I wear like almost every day. At the bottom, it's like purses and shoes that I don't need all the time. So I set up my speakers so I can pull them down whenever I need them. But like say I'm set up at a campsite and I want to play some music and I don't want to use my car, these speakers work wonders. We're going to come back to this cute little light. We have them at the front of the car as well. This is my hanging bar. Like, listen, when you're on the road, and you know what I mean? I'm a content creator, so I'll be needing a drink sometimes. But yeah, this is my cute little hanging bar.
I didn't realize being a content creator gave you a license that you needed to drink. You be able to drink whatever you want. It just doesn't even make sense.
These are my blackout curtains. You see how they could just bow privacy. But I do have a mesh thing on my window as well, and my windows are also blacked out. We're just going to talk about the bed since we're already back here. This is a foam topper and like a thin blow-up mattress that I'm laying on, and it's super, super comfortable. This is my little basket that I keep on my bed because, again, I'm a content creator, so it has like my mics, my cameras, tripod stands, lights, all that. So I call myself trying to create wall art, and I created this little picture that says subscriber lives matter. I know, so cute. I also made this out of sticky paper. I cut the window out and then I Velcroed it. So it's like easy to take on and off.
This is what blows my mind with this girl. The car looks small, but she's able to fit so many things inside the car. I really applaud her ingenuity. That's very smart and creative. And I like the fact that she said that she was living in her car by choice so that she can travel and live on the road.
This is my security.
That is different. You know, that is by choice. And to tell the truth, most of these women and people, everything is usually by choice because everything is so expensive too. Rent, it's getting up there, guys. California is dying because of the housing crisis.
Security system / where I watch Netflix. My camera is actually set up to where I can say, hey, Alexa, show me the front camera, and it'll pop up the front camera. I have my generator off just to save battery because I don't need my cameras right now, so that's why I can't show y'all the cameras. But since we're talking about the cameras, I have the blink cameras. This is the module, but I have 5 blink cameras, 4 surrounding the entire car, and then 1 inside the car. Okay. So don't play with me. This is my mini heater that works wonders. Literally have it on for 15, 20 minutes. It's gonna heat up this whole little SUV. This is my little AC unit.
Man,
I really don't care for it. I don't think it gets as cold as I thought it would, but it's working for now. I keep like stuff that I need to like build stuff in the car in here. So like batteries, tapes, all types of stuff. Little knickknacks, my Velcro straps, all that. And then I also Velcro strap the drawers. So when I'm driving, they don't fly open. This is my dog setup. That's his food back.
Another dog? Jeez. I don't understand how people can live in their cars with a dog. Especially, they usually have big dogs. It's never some little Yorkie. It's always some big pit bull German Shepherd type.
There so I can refill it, but he got his water and his food bowls right next to him, and this is where he sleeps. This is like a little storage thing underneath my dog. It's like toilet paper, paper towels, wipes, Clorox wipes, all types of stuff underneath here that I don't really need all the time. It stays right under my dog. This is my cute little light switch. I can turn the lights on and off, and then it's also Velcro, so I can take it on and off. So you got 2 in the back and then you got 1 in the front. This is the Champion generator that's keeping everything running in here. It's currently charging outside of my sister's house. I have it connected to an extension cord so I can get a full charge out of it. So I'll be...
See, again, I guess because she chose this because she wants to be able to move around, but she has a sister that she goes and charges her battery with. Why don't you just live with the sister? That's how I see it, but I mean, I don't know. People enjoy this kind of lifestyle, I guess.
Ready to go tonight. This is another speaker so I can have surround sound throughout the car, and again, not use the speaker in my car. This is bathroom stuff, hair stuff, all that, electronics at the bottom, all that good stuff. Another privacy screen in the front, aesthetic purposes only, to be honest, because there's one right there. There's also a privacy screen on both windows, left and right. I got this sound machine, but I really don't need it, but I thought it was cute, but I can't turn it on because I have my generator off, but it gives you rain sounds, thunder sounds, all that good stuff. And this is how I use the bathroom. It's self-explanatory. It's a funnel. It hooks right onto her. Keep my wipes, sanitizers, napkins, all that near me, so when I have to use the bathroom in the middle of the night, I'm good to go. I know y'all are gonna ask, but how do you do number 2? My number 2s are pretty much planned, so I know exactly when I'm about to do number 2. I shower at the gym. It'll make my ass get up and go exercise. Also, I am fully doing this by choice, just to travel and just experience living on the road. Hit the follow button. Also, you can go to my bio and subscribe. Comments, likes, shares, subscriptions, all that is helping me make all of this possible. So I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
We all go through some kind of struggle in life at one point or another. Now, I don't know why they decide to live in their cars, but some of these women decide to do it because they simply enjoy it. Others wanted to be on the road all the time and travel to see the country. And there are also other women who could not simply afford the place to live, to be honest. But I don't want to judge them because at one point in my life, believe it or not, I was homeless as well. So I have some sympathy for them and I completely understand.
I might be tripping out, but I don't really understand that lifestyle. I don't understand why people would want to live so transiently, in a sense, just to travel or do whatever she said she wanted to do. You could just strive to do really well in life, and I think you'll have just as good as life to be able to travel and do things later. Yes, you have to work very hard, but to be living like that, is it really worth it? Please make sure down below. I really appreciate that. I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.